I am not ready for the day. Paul, a customer, is going to be coming by here really quick. So as soon as he gets here, we're going to be off to the races. After that, there's a whole bunch of shit we need to do today. So it's going to be a full day on the floor today. So we're going to get our coffee in us. We're going to get our news in us. And then we're going to get at it. Welcome to Blindman Outdoors. I'm Dave, and I've been exploring my whole life, from my hometown in the Blindman River Valley to the jungles of South America. 4 years ago, I left an old life behind to chase a passion full-time. Now, I build Canada's Yucca camper and the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo, all while continuing to explore and experience the great outdoors. You see, I believe we're called to live free and be wild, and if you do too, then this is the place for you. Be on a vlog.
Oh, wonderful.
Don't you feel inspired and
ready to crush the world?
Alright guys, so as you know, we build campers here, but we also found out through the amount of people that would email us being like, hey, do you build like just canopies? And at first we didn't, but we do. So we do build the Kodiak cap. The Kodiak cap is what you're looking at here. This is the Tacoma long bed model. We build the Kodiak cap for almost anything. It's a pretty simple canopy, guys. It's a really good solution for you guys if you're looking for gear storage. And honestly, they are a perfect match for the commercial sector as well because they are quite rugged. What you're looking at here is Gen 1, the first generation of the Kodiak cap. We make them for as large as a full size, almost an 8-foot box. We do make the Kodiak cap for an 8-foot box. We don't make the Yucca pack for an 8-foot box yet. There's just some geometry challenges to make it happen. But the Kodiak cap is really good. You can load stuff on top. It comes with an integrated roof rack. This one doesn't have that, but the new ones do. And it very much follows the same trajectory and geometry as the Yucca pack camper. It's just a lot shorter, so it kind of matches the canopy of the truck or the cab of the truck. And then obviously you can add all sorts of accessories to it that you want. Paul here has a Darche self-standing 270 awning. He's got the family size 23-0 rooftop tent. Another set of roof rack brackets or awning brackets. He's also gone ahead and added some light mounts here. And it looks like he's got some 3D printed brackets for those. Then on the inside, he's gone and added some lights, some accessories. And what we're gonna do today is we're actually just gonna pull the seals off the door and reinstall some new seals, because with the Gen 1s, the doors sit pretty tight into the seal and compresses that seal a little prematurely. And we wanna try and bring the life of those seals back into it. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna jump back onto this camper over here. We're gonna get all the surface prep done on this unit today. Then we can get it over to powder coat. And we should start seeing campers this week as well. So big day, let's get at it. All right, guys, there we go. Surface prep on all of these guys is done. Now we just need 3 more parts that are getting made right now. They, can't see me. They will be picked up tomorrow or dropped off tomorrow. They're gonna be dropped off here tomorrow. And then we're gonna have, hello. Anyway, they're gonna get dropped off tomorrow, and then we can start primary assembly on this unit. This one's pretty cool, guys. It's actually a custom unit that we sold months ago. And then the customer changed his mind and decided they wanted to go with something a little bit different. So it's kind of been sitting here half done for a long time. And we gave a pretty good deal on this one because with a custom built unit, there's some changes to this one that were made that aren't a spec unit back when we would do custom builds. And so I'm pretty stoked that it is done. And for those of you who might be considering a Yucca pack camper, I also have a short box Colorado sitting right here, ready to go as well. And that was a unit that was, for some reason, the order was doubled when we ordered one, and they sent 2. So if you have a Chevy Colorado or a Honda Ridgeline, that is what that one's for. So, now I got to look at my book and see what we have next to do. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, now that that stuff's done, that puts us ahead really good. I gotta go pick up a few more parts for that kit right away here, but I gotta do some invoicing first. We've got Jeffrey, Kat, Joanne and Jim, Jackie and Mr. Thoreau and Wolfgang. Your invoicing is coming up here right away. You guys should expect that in your inbox very soon. So congratulations on you guys for purchasing, well, a bunch of those people are campers, Kodiak caps, and tents. We're moving them all right now. I got to work on the van a little bit because it's winter now. The snow is coming down full force, and we're getting dark a lot sooner. And the headlights on the van are just trash. They've been trash since I've had the van, and I've just been dealing with it. But I got pulled over recently saying, hey, you have a headlight out. So I went on Amazon. I got the cheapest LED headlights that I could find, and we're going to throw those guys in today so we can actually see where we're going at night, which tends to happen at like 4 o'clock these days. All right, let's see what we got going on in here. Oh, that's a lot of wire. So this one supposedly has integrated turn signals. They sort of have a cool look to them, I guess. All right, let's go make sure these will fit. I'm just gonna... Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so here's the deal. We've pulled the old headlights out. We pulled the bezel out, which is right here. And as you can see, we've got the headlight there. Now I'm gonna show you guys what these headlights look like a little bit more. But first, what I wanna do is I wanna get the first one in and just make sure everything works. And I do wanna keep the integrated turn signal on here. I want to have as much light indicating my turns as possible. So not only am I going to keep the corner turn light, I'm also going to tap in the integrated turn light for the headlight so that it works. So what I've done is I took my multimeter. I found out that on a 2003 Ford Econoline, your turn indicator, the flashing circuit, is going to be your green with a white stripe. And so I've identified that. And now I'm just going to splice the turn indicator light on the headlight to that circuit. And then we're going to put a small amount of dielectric grease on that splice. And then we're simply going to close that up with some electrical tape. Now normally I would say solder this, but the amount of enclosure that's around this light and the seal quality on these casings still, I'm not worried about this not being right. This isn't the right way to do it, but I would, if you're doing this, I would put some sort of butt connector on here and then solder it. But I don't have the time to solder things because I still got stuff to do today, or tonight I should say, but I need headlights. Now if you're like me and you're hard on your stuff, I would recommend keeping the plastic on here. Here we go. One. Right. Then you can pull the plastic off and just put your plastic bezel, your second bezel, back on. There we go. And then we're going to plug it back in. Put it back in place. So, low beams. And turn signals. There you go. So we got turn signal indicator and a turn signal indicator. That's a lot of flashing. So now we're just gonna turn it around and do it on the other side. Those look like super adjusted already. We just need to bring the other one up a little bit. Alright. Same thing, we grab our plastic bezel now. Goes back in. Alright guys, so there you go. I'd say that is a huge improvement from the headlights that we had in there prior. You still can obviously see through the video that they're not perfectly centered, so I can't adjust them anymore, but I'm super stoked with the way that looks. So we're gonna go run some errands and then we'll be back at the shop. Gotta say, for quite a while now, I have not owned a ton of things. I think even when I had my house, everybody thought my house was staged because there was so little in it. Like, it was well decorated, but wasn't overcrowded by anything. And had I known most of my lifestyle could fit in such a small space, I probably would have done this a lot sooner. Although my lifestyle wasn't really at the point yet where van life was something worth considering. But I live so much of my life now out and about, that paying so much for rent just to store stuff in and not even be there myself seems a little, like, I might even say irresponsible, because I don't need much. I really don't. I keep life pretty simple because I like a pretty simple life. check this book out. I do a lot of thrift shopping. When I was younger, even I would build hot rods, or I should call them rat rods. And you know, I'd find old 50s, 60s, 70s cars, and I'd just slam them and throw big wheels on them. And one day I was in there buying a set of Dayton wheels for my lowrider, and I came across this Reader's Digest Canadian Book of the Road. And it's quite old. I think it's from the 70s. Let's see here. Might even be newer than that. No, copyright for 1979. So 1979, the Reader's Digest Canadian Book of the Road. And I picked this up at the thrift shop one day while I was looking for parts, and I just thought it was the coolest little piece of memorabilia. And so I snagged it, and there's so much cool stuff in this book. You know, some of these towns in this book are now cities, and you know, some of these towns are now villages. Alberta's very unique in its history. At one time, the small town that I live in of Lacombe was bigger than the biggest city in our area, which is Red Deer. Mr. Hades has had his nuts cut off. Yeah? What do you think of that? Look how disoriented he is. He does not know how to deal with that. He does not know how to deal with that cone. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for being here. If you guys like this kind of blogging, vlogging content, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. More than anything, it just kind of keeps me motivated to keep putting videos out. Some days it's tough, but if you guys want to see them, I'm going to make them. Because I like storytelling. And editing, specifically. So, you guys know the deal. Live free, be wild, and I will most definitely see you on the next one.